Hey, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? It's the radio guys checking in with y'all, man. We had a little hiatus. Hey, but we missed y'all, okay? I'm your host, Yosemite Sam. We got Mr. Engineer, Mr. Adamo himself, Professor, Mr. Chuamal. And then last but not least, we got Ross Steen, Mr. BP himself. All right? Hey, man, how y'all fellas been doing, man? It's been a wild couple of weeks since we last met up, man.
Much better since I'm eating.
I've been doing good, man. Chilling, man. Chilling. Look, glad to be at home, man.
Yeah, hey, that's always the win. What about you, Adamo? How the baby, man?
Oh, good, man. We went out and took pictures today. Good, man. Yeah.
That's great.
Proud father, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about my day today, man. Hey, it's been real cool. We had a little game today, man. I coach football for Parkway Central. You know what I'm saying? We ran out here, had to play 15 on 11. And we gave these boys a hell of a show, man. But in the end, we came up just a little bit short on the Godz roughing the passer call. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of been in my box about that, man, because my boys strapped and played hard all the way from the beginning to the end. All right. With that being said, I'm off my little high horse for a high second. And we're going to jump off. We're going to start.
So you saying y'all lost because of a roughing the passer penalty, you said?
Pass interference?
Yeah, at the end of the game. Yep.
Hey.
It was 20 seconds. It was 20 seconds left in the game, and we stopped them on 4th and 1 at the 1 yard line.
So you feel they shouldn't have called it, right?
I'm gonna tell you why I feel like they shouldn't have called it. Because the play, it was a screen play, right? And my whole defense was back to stop the play, and the quarterback just fell behind the line of scrimmage, and the referee threw a flag and said roughing the passer, and nobody touched him.
Nobody touched him?
Nobody touched him.
Sound like the fix was in to me. They've been cheating in JFL for years. I'm just saying.
My damn screen froze.
But look, we're going to jump off into the topic, man. The topic today is the double standard between men and women, okay? And we all experience this a little bit every now and then. Some of us more than others, okay? We all have experiences and things of that nature when it comes to this. But we talked a little bit about this, but not in depth, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm not going to even kick it off today. I'm going to let Adamo kick it off today, man.
Bring it.
Hey, before he kick it off, what do you actually mean by the double standard between men and women, real quick? So I know what I'm supposed to be.
Well, the double standard can be anything. So you could say, and I'm going to give you an example. So let's say like, okay, cheating, for instance, okay? If a man cheats, he's a dog, he's a low-down, dirty dude, he everything under the sun, right?
You on that Jada Pinkett stuff. Okay.
If a woman cheats, it's one of the things where it's, okay, what did he do? What caused her to cheat on him? He not being the man. He not doing what he's supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she can get a pass for cheating on him, but he don't get a pass if the shoe was on the other foot. That's what I mean.
I don't know if it's necessarily a double standard, but basically what it is that women get like passes.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, they get excuses made for what they do. when men, we're expected to accept what we do and our fuck ups. But women, like for example, if a woman is on her period, she gets an excuse, for her acting an asshole. Oh, women are on their period. That's the time of the month. They crazy at that time. You got to deal.
Chemical imbalance.
So, it's more of like they get passes more than anything. When we cheat, let's take it back to this. When a woman cheats, she gets more of a pass, especially if her excuse might be, well, he's not giving me none, so I went out and got me some. And women will applaud her for doing that. Like, girl, yep, you ain't got none. You gotta go out and get it then. But when we do that, we're looked at as dogs, cheaters. We're based off sex.
That's only though that we only get. You notice what I just tripped up something you said and I never thought about it. in our whether if it's a female or a male, we are basically celebrated in our sex, but scrutinized by the opposite sex on both sides.
Yeah.
Because it's just like how you look at a dude who sleep with a lot of girls and you don't consider him a hoe. But you look at a girl who sleep with a lot of dudes and you consider her a hoe.
Yeah.
Girls don't look at girls a lot of time as being hoes like that.
Some of them do though. I
Some do.
I can't agree with that one all the way.
I said some. I said most. I didn't say all.
Okay.
Most
That
girls
depends on if they like them.
Right. Most girls look at it as they've been with a lot of dudes and they trying to find a father figure in them. And that's what most of them do when they sleeping with a lot of different dudes. They looking for a man to be a male role model in their life.
Yeah.
Not to change the subject on the topic, but with what you said, I want to ask a question. Do you honestly feel or do you honestly think that because they sleeping with this dude, they're going to actually find a father figure for their child?
No, I'm not saying for the child. It ain't even about the child. They look at a lot of them look for what they missed in their life growing up, trying to find something that they missed out on that you'll never get probably.
All right.
Because see, most women actually, not trying to change the subject, but most women want to be led. They don't want to follow, you know what I'm saying? They don't want you to follow them. They want a man to lead them in where they supposed to go, get them guidance. That's really what they want. Not saying like belittling them and all that shit, but most of them are looking for somebody to guide them and lead them to where they supposed to be at.
A lot of them say they do, just like a lot of women say they want to be married, but they really don't want to be married. They say that shit.
They think because it look good. It look good.
Yeah.
No, because look, you don't really know. Most people don't really know what it takes to be in a marriage and actually make it work.
Pain in the ass.
You can't be look, I can tell you one thing.
And there goes the shoe flying at Troop's head in the background.
You can't be
no, so ain't no shoe.
You can't be a selfish person. I can tell you that.
Yeah. That's the key.
That's 100, man.
Yeah.
A lot of times you got to remove yourself out of it to make it stay going and to make it work, man, because I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know if the counseling prepared me for a lot of stuff, man, but I used to have this thing of this 50-50 thing. And like when I first went to counseling, dude asked me, he was like, how do you expect the marriage to be? I was like, yeah, we both get 50-50. He was like, man, and I'm going to let you know right now, it'll never be 50-50.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But that was just my view on how it was, how I thought it was supposed to be. And it wasn't like that.
You know how I look at it.
You may give 70% and she may give 30%, or she may give so much and you may give less, but it'll never be 50-50.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people don't have perception on for real what it takes to be in a marriage and make it work. That's why the divorce rate's so high.
Yeah. I always
You know what?
compare relationships and marriages to like a plant. Like it's its own entity. It's almost like a baby, like your marriage.
My
And
bad.
no, you good. And what each party has to do, whether it's 50, 40, 30, and the other person is taking on the other hold of it, you still have to plant. I mean, you still have to water this plant, and you have to tend to this plant, which is the relationship. And when a person walks away and they walk away and don't want to water this particular plant, which is your relationship, then the plant is eventually going to die, or you're going to get tired of going up, watering it all day, doing 100%, 90%, 80%. And eventually you're going to get tired, and the plant is eventually going to die, which is your relationship. So I always correlate relationships to a third entity, because you have to remove yourself out of your body when you're in a relationship. It's not about you. It's about a relationship that you're building with this person.
You know,
My
one thing you
bad.
did
I ain't gonna leave. Hold
just
on 1 second, y'all. It's my bad, y'all. It's because that I am messing with this stuff right here.
man, go on about your
Look,
business,
I'm gonna
man.
say this Cali's finest, man. That I just totally
Hey, man.
took the show and switched the subject up.
That's
from what
okay.
we
Hey, you
originally
good.
went.
Nah, you good,
Two
because I was going to change the
Two
subject anyway.
There you go. For truth. That's
But
all I'm
I'm
on.
going to say this.
Truth.
I'm going to say this to piggyback off of what Adam said. When it comes to that relationship or a marriage or whatever, I'm going to tell you another thing you have to cut out during that frame of being together. And if you're a couple or if you're married and it's something serious, you got to cut them single people out.
Yeah. Stop
You
listening
can't
to
take
people.
advice from. You
Yeah.
can't take that.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna mess you up every time, because they're only going to give you advice from a single person's perspective or point of view, or they're going to give you advice to purposely get you separated, divorced, or away from that person because he or she wants to get with them.
Or because they're unhappy. Because a lot of people, and we don't realize that most people, they love to see when they're going through something, they want you
They
to
want
go
everybody to do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Misery loves company.
Exactly.
That's
Or look, this is what I say. Just don't tell nobody. Your business is your business.
That's how you should keep it.
You got to have that one person to go vent to. Who's not gonna, they're gonna let you speak, may say something, but you need to get it off your chest. So you need that person to vent to, not to interject, not to give their opinion per se, but you sometimes you just need to speak, like to say it out, speak it to somebody. If you can't say it
How
to
many
yourself,
people have that though?
And
That's
then,
the thing. A lot of people don't have that.
And then more than likely, the person who you going to talk to don't even really know you anyway. So you like getting advice from somebody that don't even really understand your partner, and you don't really understand what this person is doing, or you just basing things off of your past.
I don't tell nobody nothing.
That's how I do it.
I ain't telling nobody nothing. I ain't going to talk to nobody. I ain't going to even lie. I live by the motto. I ain't gonna lie, I live by the motto, and I just was talking to my mama, I was talking to my wife, everybody. I just live by the motto of fuck your feelings.
Yeah.
For real.
Facts over feelings, man. All the time.
I know, man, only person my feelings matter to is me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really give a fuck about your feelings, man.
Yeah.
And if you start believing that motherfuckers give a fuck about your feelings, man, fuck, you fucking setting yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gonna lie, I just always have lived by only one to give a fuck about my feelings is me. So I just live by fuck your feelings, because I say fuck mine and just keep pushing through it every day.
So
it don't even.
If people live, so if people took your approach, don't you think the world would be even more fucked up than what it is now?
No, I think it'll be better, man, because I'm happy.
Really?
I put no faith in no person, man. Like, I don't expect nothing out of nobody. And that's
So
just
how
how I
do you
live.
expect people to have relationships if they don't have their feelings on they? I'm not saying wear your feelings on your sleeve, but
Dude.
if you say fuck your feelings and fuck my feelings, like that type of mentality, there's, hey, bro, for real, I'm gonna be honest with you. From my point of view, there's no hope for the future. We
Dude,
already fucked
when
up.
I
already.
say that, and why I say, because every day you see what's going on out here, right? You see what's going on in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every day you see what's going on. I don't sit around and trip off that shit, man. I don't dwell in that shit, none of that shit. And like I said, when I say fuck your feelings, I mean, like, I care about everybody. Most of the time when you get in your feelings, it's over some dumb shit. I don't dwell on dumb shit.
I get what
Is
he's
it dumb
saying.
shit to you?
I get
I get what
This
he's
is
saying,
for
but I
me.
just
This
want
is how I live, and why I say that. Like, I'm married, right?
right.
I hope.
As
Yeah.
most of
I
us are.
still, even though I'm married and I love my wife, I expect nothing from her. I expect nothing from nobody, because if I start expecting stuff from you, you can let me down.
I was just about to say that.
So it's
That's
not.
what he
So
And
it's
so
mean
not.
by
how
that.
I
So it's not
live,
necessarily.
if I'm never expecting anything from you, you can't let me down.
Yep.
So it's not fuck your feelings. Is I don't have any expectations.
No, it's both of them.
Because having feelings and having expectations are totally different.
Okay, so just like this, and why I could say fuck your feelings. Like, if me and you disagreeing on something, right?
Right.
Both of us gonna think we right?
Right.
You gonna think you right by your opinion, and ain't nothing I could do to make you think you right. Think I'm right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Troop looking like, how he gonna turn this? I know, I got you, Troop. I'm looking at you.
I'm just listening.
Ain't nothing that you can tell me to change the way I think. Now,
I
we
get
in
it.
our feelings and we having a disagreement. How you feeling about my feelings at that time?
That's your
You
opinion.
feeling like, what you say?
But
How you feeling?
I'm
You feeling
thinking
like,
that's your
no, I'm
opinion.
saying, is you feeling like, nigga, fuck how you feeling? I'm right.
No, because I don't think like that. For real. Now I would say this. If somebody says something about me and they say that's how they feel, I would then say, hey, I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
It
You
ain't
know
even
what I'm
about
saying? So,
that.
and I'm finna
And why
explain
I
to
say
you.
that,
Hold on.
I
But
will
I'm
never
finna
let,
explain to you what I said. I'm finna
no,
explain
I'm
to you
just,
why I said feelings and expectations are different. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you love your wife just like I love mine, right? That's a feeling. That's something you can't just turn off in the blink of an eye. And expectation is like, let's say, like back in the day when Domino's used to do that 30 minutes delivery or it's free. You expect that pizza to get there at minute 31 because you want that pizza to be free. That's an expectation, right? And then that
That's
pizza
a
get
want.
there
You want it to
and
be there. No, that's a want.
no, that's a want.
That's a want. I want it to be there in 30 minutes. The expectation is
okay.
from
So
Domino's
you
point, it's gonna be there in 30 minutes. But from you as a consumer, you want it there in 30 minutes.
man, you just
But
had to
you want
take
it
it
there
all
in
the way
30 minutes
technical.
in
You
1 second,
asshole, you.
goddamn.
Man, I'm
You
just
just had to
telling you,
take it all
my
the way
thing
technical.
is,
You
hold on,
jackass.
Rob. I'm just telling you how I'm happy every day. Like, I can wake up and look in the mirror and I can look at myself and smile and be like, damn, man, you actually happy. Like, most people find their happiness in people, belongings, a status, and all that stuff.
Look, I'm gonna say this. You really do have expectations, whether you admit it, whether you know it or not.
Hey.
Like, you expect your wife to be there when you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? When you come home.
Hey, you know what, man?
You expect, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff. Huh?
You know, no, I'm just saying, like you said that, man, I don't expect anything.
That's what I was going. I get what he's talking about.
Because ain't nothing promised.
Yeah, it
Ain't
said in
nothing
the
promised.
Bible.
And
Don't.
see, even like he just
Hey,
said,
we ain't promoting that shit.
no, even though, oh, you talking
I'm
about that
talking the
poor
truth.
water, whatever, but nah,
Yeah.
even though in the Bible it say put no faith in man. Man is everybody, the race, everybody. And that's just how I live, man. And like, it fucked her up when I said that to her a couple weeks ago, a month ago, that I don't expect nobody, I don't expect you to do anything. I'm glad you do it. I'm glad you do what you do, but I don't expect it.
Yeah, you appreciate it like as she does it to you right now, like today.
Yeah.
You're
That's
with
not saying
her.
I don't appreciate it. Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm glad you do it. Because
yeah,
I know some people that's married and like they shit fucked all up on both
yeah,
sides.
yeah.
I
You
know
just
some too.
saying you just saying like any one day, that day she walked through the door and she flip out and just changes up. You expect that to
I've been
happen. You
there.
ready for it. You
I've been
ready.
there. I've been on a 2-year separation where I wasn't at home. I've been there.
Me too.
That's
Damn.
what I'm, so like it's not about that, but I'm just saying, like, dude, you don't put too much expectations in people, man, because when you do, man,
They let
you
you
give
down.
them the opportunity to let you down. That's all I'm saying. I said the same thing I just said in the beginning, but when I started off with what I started off with, you probably didn't hear me.
And they control you too when you rely on people too. They actually have control over you when you put too much faith in a person. They actually have control over you at that point.
Well,
It's ironic that you said that because that's what my old dude used to tell me, man. If somebody getting you out of character and out of where you normally are, man, you no
Mhm.
longer controlling you.
Yeah.
They controlling you. And one thing you think in your head when you actually about to spaz out on somebody before you do it is, they gonna make me lose control.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really tripped off that at first.
Yep. I tell my son that all the time. I'm like, what you got to realize is what you can't control on another person, you can't let that affect you to that degree to where it makes you want to hit somebody in their face. Now, if they touch you, it's a different thing. But you can't let a person take you down that road so far to where you spaz out and then you wind up doing something illegal, because you just now they have just controlled you and controlled your emotions at that point. So I think Brandon is talking about a way of remedy, a way to avoid that is by not trusting so much in a person to that degree, understanding that any moment this person can flip on me and change, and this shit can all go bad.
And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying don't appreciate the moments
Yes.
and, suck up the moments because these are good moments, man, but we humans.
And who's to say it will happen, but you just know.
Yeah, we humans, man.
Yeah.
Humans, we make mistakes, man, every day,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
so that's why I understand what Brandon was talking about, but I hope for the best, but I expect the worst.
No, see, I don't even, my
It
thing
gives
is,
me way
I
more
don't even
enjoyment when
expect
I
the worst,
get
bro.
the best. Because when
Yeah.
I get, if I'm expecting you to mess up, it's nothing. I'm ready for it. That's why I hope for the best, but I expect the worst out of everybody.
But see,
So what you saying is,
it's
when you say you expect the
crazy
worst,
you
that
said
means
that.
when it happens, you won't be upset.
Right, because that way it's hard to be upset about something that you've already thought out. Like, what could go wrong?
Okay, hold on. Let me say one more thing. Okay, I
That ain't funny, but
I don't hold what people do against them. That's why I can say this is more to my whole philosophy and everything. So
And
Like
we
he
ain't got
said,
enough
he
time for that.
expect. Like, oh yeah, we got a couple minutes. We started on time today.
You got about
So
9 minutes.
I think we good. We good. I'm gonna break it down real quick. Like he said, he
Okay.
expect the worst.
Yeah.
Me, it don't matter what the situation is. I'm gonna find the good in it.
Of
In
course.
every situation. In every situation, every bad situation, and that's just to. And even like just lost my daddy. Found a good situation out of it. I'm telling you, I don't focus on the bad part. I focus on all positivity.
Yeah.
And so all that stuff ties into how I get through.
Yeah.
So I don't look for the worst in people. I don't expect people to mess up. I know people gonna mess up because we people.
Yeah. It's almost like putting on like when you get in your car and put on your seatbelt. You get in your car knowing that probably the day that you may not get in an accident, but it's a possibility that you might get in an accident. So you put your seatbelt on, right?
Right. Because
Which is
when I
what?
leave
An
the house every
expectation,
day,
right?
when I leave
Ain't
the
that
house
an
every day,
expectation, though?
no, when I leave the house, I always think that it's a possibility that I won't come home.
Yeah.
Every
Ain't that
day.
an expectation, though?
No, that's a possibility.
That's not really an
Possibility
expectation.
is an expectation, though.
I wouldn't
No,
necessarily say it's just you knowing the reality
Hey,
that
Ronnie,
that could happen.
that's the
It's not
thing.
that you're
He
expecting
called you
it.
by your government, dog. I
Uh-uh.
never call you by your government like that. Okay.
My government, I
Yeah.
mean, he said my government. My reality is, man, that every day I get in this truck and I drive, it's a possibility that I don't come back.
Yeah.
I want to come back every day, but it's a possibility every day I get behind the wheel of this truck. It ain't saying I'm gonna do something. Somebody else could do some fuck shit in front of me.
Right.
I see it happen
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
and I cannot come home.
Yeah.
I don't expect to come home every day because it's people I know left going to work in the morning and come back, and either the person they left is not there no more or they not there no more. I have seen this. So I don't expect to come home. I hope to come home. I pray to come home every day. Because when I get in that truck, hey,
Yeah,
I
but-
pray. I ain't gonna lie. I pray when I get in that truck.
So when I was saying it's an expectation, though, is when Adam O said you get in that car and put that seatbelt on. You don't look for the accident, you know what I'm saying? But you basically preparing for it. And when you prepare for something, you have a slight expectation as you prepare for whatever it is that you're doing.
Okay, I can agree with
So
that.
like, you like to cook, right? So you like to cook, right? Right. So yeah, I'm not saying like I'm not
I can
saying
feel
it.
what you're
I'm
saying
not
about
saying what I'm saying to be no asshole to nobody by no means. Yeah. And it's like I'm not saying it's a major expectation. And I was gonna give you just another quick example real quick before we wrap up. So it's like you like to cook, Adam O like to cook and everything, right? When you put that seasoning on that meat, you expect for that meat to taste good when you season it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not saying everybody gonna come
I
to
hope
like,
I ain't
man, that
over-seasoned
shit
it.
fire.
I hope
Hey,
I didn't
Rock.
over-season it.
You hear me, Rock? I hope I don't over-season it or
Right.
under-season
I hope I
it.
don't under-season it. I hope I cook it well enough.
It's kind of crazy because I noticed when I use Lawry's, I had to use a little bit more than I had to do when I use that Aldi's bread.
And that
When I
shit
use
hella
that
saucy.
Aldi's bread, man, that stuff be, boy, they be looking at me like, man, what happened to you?
Hey, but that Lawry's hella saucy. I don't use that shit.
Dude, I have to use a little bit more than I have to use the other stuff. That's what I say. When I use Lawry's, man, I don't know, man. That other stuff, man, I think that stuff will kill you.
We do all this.
It will. Hey,
All
but
this shit
check
gonna
this
kill us.
out, man. We're gonna start wrapping it up, man, for the time get away from us, because I know we could be here all night talking about any and everything possible, man. And like I said, man,
I wouldn't be here
it's
with
been a
y'all all
minute.
night. I'm about to
Man,
go
this
in the
fool
house
here.
and enjoy the long time with my wife.
All right, then.
Hey, look, I'm
Bang,
finna get it
bang, do
cracking
that thing.
with my family. You hear me? I'm finna get the fire pit going. We finna get the s'mores and everything going, man. So, hey, it was great talking to
Oh,
you guys, man. It
you're
was
so
great getting back
domesticated.
together, man, and shooting and everything, man. Hey, the radio guys is here for y'all, man. Hey, leave us a like, comment. Hey, share and subscribe. Remember, share and subscribe. Again, I salute y'all. Me and the fellas. We out, man. Peace. Y'all have a good one.
I upgraded.